So the next data type we'll start with is dictionary. Okay. So we will be defining a dictionary in curly brackets. Now when I say dictionary, I will have something called key and the value pair. Okay. So I will have, let's say, key 1, and let's say I'll have key 2, okay. And let's say value 2. Okay. Now dictionary are also called as hash maps. If you can connect with, in Java we have maps which is exactly similar to your dictionaries. Okay. Now main reason why dictionaries are preferred data structure, because to get a value from a dictionary, it's faster as compared to your dictionary, as compared to your list, tuples, or any other data structures. Okay. So the reason behind it, how it works. All right, so we'll talk about this. So before that, few things about dictionary. First, dictionaries are mutable, which means I will have methods to add, update, and delete. All right. Second, these are unordered data structures. Okay. So how it works? Whenever you specify a dictionary, so it will take all the keys. Okay. It will apply the hash function on them. Okay. Now this hash function give one output, and based on that output it will store a key and the value pair in the memory. Okay, so that is the reason it's not necessary that one key and the value pair will be in two consecutive location. Okay, it depends on the output of this hash function, and because of this hash function these dictionaries are faster to retrieve. Okay, so the main reason for a dictionary, you will have a constant time that is bigger. Okay, so it's not that whenever we consider a list, right, so we need some time to iterate. Let's say you have 50 elements and you're accessing the middle element, you need time complexity is there to iterate over this half of them, right? But if you consider a dictionary, you have 100 elements, it will take same amount of time as it takes to get the value from the first element. Okay, so that is the main reason your dictionaries are preferred data structure to if you want to get values and the values are more. Okay. Then a few rules we have for dictionary, and that is the keys should be immutable. Okay, that means for keys either I can use which data structures are allowed then. Integer is immutable, float is immutable, strings, can I say list? Okay. My keys should be immutable. Okay, the reason so your list data structure is not hashable. Okay, so just to give us a demo, if I think the last one, lists are not hashable. It's not a hashable data structure. So Python cannot apply this hashing function. So let's say if I say s is equals to hash of, I'm saying 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay. If I print this as, okay, it will throw me an error saying unhashable type list. Okay, but in case if I do the same thing in case of my integer, let's say 100. Okay, so it will hash it. It will create one index, and based on that index, it will store in the memory location. Okay.
Just elaborate on the hash function of what is
so what exactly? It's like a table now. Okay, so it will have one index and the reference. Okay, so now based on this hash function, you will get one index. Okay, so that index can be let's say 25, and here it will store the reference at what location this actual value is stored. Okay, So it will store the reference here, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like this. So whenever, so in dictionaries, you will be all to get this value, you have to always specify the key. Okay. So first thing it will search in this hash tables, it will get the reference and fetch the value. Okay.
Index and reference. So
Exactly.
S is equal to hash index. So
in the background, it's creating one index.
Okay.
Okay. For that particular index, it's storing the reference at what location exactly this variable is stored.
Okay. So is that the memory location reference?
Which one?
Reference.
Yes. Okay. And at that particular memory location, your actual value will be stored. Okay. So that is the reason whenever if you ask any particular element, it will just get the index of that, and from that it will fetch the reference. It does not need to iterate over the elements to get the value.
Okay, so using this so when we are doing a hash index, so what's exactly the benefit of using this hashing? Because anyways, whenever we are storing any data in a variable, it is storing in a there is a memory location.
Exactly. Yes.
So what's the benefit of using this?
The main reason is you can see the power of it when you have a large list. Okay, just to get a data in a much quicker manner, hashing is simply used. Okay, so it is the same mechanism as it is used in a large application that you cannot store entire data on your database. For every time you cannot make a database query and fetch the data, right? The best thing is your search engine. So your search engine uses this indexing thing, that whenever you have web pages, that web page is indexed, that reference is stored. So whenever someone searches for it, it will get the index first, and from that index, it is easier to fetch that value. Okay. Okay. So I said keys should be immutable. Then next important thing, keys should be unique. Okay. I cannot store duplicate keys. Okay. So let's create one dictionary. So I'm saying key is the dictionary. So let's create for employee. Let's say emp underscore id. Okay. So I need to specify a key. So in this case, it is a string. So there's no restriction on value. So value can be anything. It can be a string. It can be a list. It can be a tuple. Okay. So value can be anything, but the restriction is on the key side. So your key should be of immutable data type. Okay. So I'm saying 101. This is the integer value. So let's say name I'm storing. So name is ABC. Then let's say salary. Something like this. Okay. All right. If I print this, so it will show this. Now, as it uses hashing, so we are not exactly sure if this key and the value pair will be stored always in a consecutive memory locations or not. Okay, so that is one of the important reason I cannot use indexing and the slicing here. Okay, so if I say d of 0, it will throw me an error, and the error will be key error. Okay, now why this error is always a key error? Okay, so if you want to reach to a particular value, you need to specify the key. So how I will write? I'll say d of employee ID. So now this will give me the value. Okay. So in case of a dictionary, if you want to reach to a particular value, the only way is through keys. Okay. And vice versa is not true. Okay. So even if I specify the ABC, if I execute this, and if you see the error, so it will say key error. Okay, why? Because now it will consider this ABC also as a key, and it will try to search if ABC is present in this particular dictionary or not. Okay. I said I cannot store duplicate keys, right? Okay. So it will not throw an error, but still I will have only one value here. Okay, for a particular key, even if I add duplicates, I will have only one value. Okay, all right. So it's a mutable data type, which means I will have methods to add, update, and correct. So how to add a new element to this dictionary? Okay, so all you have to do is specify this dictionary in which you want to add a value, specify the new key, okay, and specify the value for it. Okay, let's search it. And, okay, it will add this particular key and the value pair. Okay, so you have to specify the new key and the value for it. So how it works? It will check if this particular key exists or not. If it does not exist, it will add it to the dictionary and it will assign this new value to it. Okay. How about I said I cannot assign a duplicate values, right? So I'm copy pasting this. Let's say D of department, and let's say now admin. Okay, and now let's print this dictionary. Okay, so now it will work as your update operation. Okay, so I'm specifying the key. If this key already exists, it will consider this value as an update operation and it will update the value. Okay, let's discuss something like this: get default and
the key immutable, right?
yes. So here you can see I'm not changing the key, right? So the difference is my entire data structure, that is a dictionary, is mutable. Okay, only the keys are immutable. Okay, which means I can add, update, and delete key and the value pair inside a dictionary. Okay, but the only restriction I have is when I'm adding a key and the value pair, my key should be of immutable data. Okay, alright. Okay, so we have these two methods, that is get default and set default. Any guess? My bad. Okay, so we have something like this. So what just happened? So when I say d.get of a key, it returned me value. Okay, alright. Does this key exist? No. Okay, in that case it will return no. Okay, using first approach, when I say d of h, okay, so you have seen if I say d and the key, it will print the value, but if it does not exist, it will throw error, that key error, this does not exist. Okay, but in case of a get function, it will return none. Okay, I can write something like this. Okay, so how it will work? It will check if this key exists or not. If does not exist, then return the value which you have specified here. Okay, but if I specify something which exists, it will return the value. Okay, If key exists, return the value. If key does not exist, return the value specified in the get.
So we can assign string values also?
Yes. Okay. But to handle this, always better use -1 standard approach. Okay. Okay. Next is set default. If I say d dot set default of employee ID, okay, it is also returning me the value, right? Is there any difference in get and set default then? So when I specify a key, it is
give any value can
So if I say 10, will it change anything?
If
Okay. Just a second, I'll just comment out the part. So we added this, and I don't want to print the dictionary here. I don't want to print the dictionary here. We still have a slide. Now, yeah, what's the difference? Anyone?
here the key is immutable, and that's why
Mm-hmm.
the employee ID is not working as age.
Mm-hmm. So age does not exist. Okay. See. In case of set default, if I specify key which exists, it will return me value. Same as your get method. On get method, if I specify something which does not exist, it will return me -1 or the value which I will set here, right? But in case of a set default, if I specify something which does not exist, it will add it to the dictionary and defaultly it will set none value for it. Okay. So in case of your get, you are not actually modifying the original dictionary. But set default, it will add this particular key to the dictionary and it will set none value for it. Okay. Second argument, if you specify okay, now it will add this as a default value. Okay, and it will return the same default value. try this. I want a dictionary. So we have seen this odd and chr, right? Everyone remembers?
Yes.
Okay, so what is odd?
Yes. New alphabet.
Uh-huh. So if I say odd of A, this will give me
67.
97. It's ASCII value. And
And
exactly. If I say CHR of 97, this will give me B. Okay. So I want to create a dictionary. Okay, which should have something like 97 mapping is A, 98 mapping is B, 99 mapping is C, something like this. Let's try it for F till F. Okay, so your integers should be your key and the corresponding character should be its value. Is it too cold? Should I turn this off? Fine for everyone? Okay. Okay. So putting the value for F. So 97, 98, 99, 100 will be D, 301, F, 102. Alright. So I need numbers from 97 to 102. How to generate these numbers? Which function? Okay. So that is clear that I need one for loop, alright, and which should generate these numbers. What should I write? For value in 97 to 103. Okay. So now this will give me one number at a time. So I'll get 97, 103. Whatever element I'll get, it should be key inside a dictionary. So for that I need an empty dictionary.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say this is my empty dictionary. Okay. I need to store whatever value I'll get. It should be key. Right. What should I write? Everyone remember this? So to add a new key and the value pair, if I just say D of new key and the value, it will add as a key and the value pair, right? So similarly, if I say D of what we'll do, let's change the name. Let's say I'll get key here, right? So D of key, character of key, right? If I print key, you get this 97. Okay. So all you have to do is this, specify the key. If it does not exist, it will automatically add it to the dictionary. Right. So these are your add operations. So to add an element, all you can do is just the new key and the value for it. Okay. Or you can use set default method also. Right. So I can specify the new key here and I can assign a default value for this. This will also add an element to the dictionary. For update, so I just need to specify the existing key and specify the new value. As I cannot store duplicates, so it will work as a update operation. Okay. So for delete, we have something called pop item delete and clear. Okay. Do I have a dictionary? Print. Okay. Okay. So we have something called d dot pop item. Okay. Now if I print the d and comma t. Okay. So it will randomly pick one key and the value pair from the dictionary. Okay, and it will return the removed key and the value pair. Okay, now you cannot predict that this will always be the last element. Okay, so for this effect you can try for a larger dictionary. Let's say if you have 15-20 elements, then you can see the results. It might pick between elements also. Okay, so it's not advisable to use this method. So the only use case which we can think of is, let's say whenever you want to do some resource cleanup, then only you can go with this, because you do not have any
one at a time, right?
Yeah, exactly. Always it will be one at a time.
So the last used key value pair, it will be deleted.
Not necessary. Not necessary. Because you don't know which one is last inside the memory. It's completely unknown. Okay.
So just on random basis.
Based on random. Okay. So the important point, it will return key and the value pair because you are not specifying anything. Okay. Next, if you know the key which you needs to be removed, I can specify that key. And I can specify it. Okay. So it will remove particular key and the value pair from dictionary. But what this will return? Since you are specifying the key, it will not return key and the value pair. It will return you only value. Okay. So this is your pop method. Anyone remembers remove methods? So which are methods available to delete the elements from a list? Just some kind of a quick revision.
Remove them. Yeah.
So we have remove. All right. Clear, yes. Yeah, del keyword is there. Don't turn the pages. Yeah. Difference between pop and remove.
Pop means it can remove.
Yes, if I do not specify anything, pop will pop me the last element from this list. Another important point, if I use pop, I can remove the element on the basis of index. So I can specify the index and I can remove the column. But when I say remove, I can remove the element on the basis of value. Okay. But let's say I have multiple values. Okay, it will always remove the only first element. Okay. Because if you think from the Python perspective, your delete operations is the very memory extensive operation. So that is the reason your any language will not allow you to remove multiple elements, right? Because if you remove an element which is in between, then you need to shift everything on the left side by one, okay, or the right hand side, right? So that is the reason generally you will see you can only remove only one elements. Okay, this is the most common behavior you will see, be it in Java, be it C, any language. Okay, all right. Coming back to dictionary, so I have pop. I can specify the key and it will remove that particular key and the value pair, but it will return only value. In case of pop item, it will randomly pick one element, but it will return key and the value pair.
Pop works always with a key specified.
Yes, yes. Okay. So we do not have any default version for pop here. So it will say pop expected at least one element. Okay. You guys not clear, I guess, right? So if I say d dot clear, okay. If I say print, it's returning none. Any reason? Okay, so I'm getting empty dictionary. But when I say d dot clear and the print, it is giving me none. So this thing we have already discussed. And it's not only limited for your clear.
The return doesn't return
Exactly,
something
exactly. So your clear method will not return you anything. It will just remove all the elements from the dictionary. Okay, so that is the reason you are not getting any output from this. So, and if you try to add such method inside print, you will always get none. Okay, because you are on the original memory location, it is removing all the elements. Okay, and of course we have this develop. It will completely remove from the. Okay, so we have few methods. One is keys, values, and items. Okay. Do I have a dictionary? Out. Okay. If I say print d dot keys, okay, so it will return all the keys. What is the type?
the keys.
Inside. Inside. Okay. So it's a separate class, dictionary keys. Okay, but it is similar to your lists, you can say. Okay, but this will give you all the keys from a dictionary. If I want all the values, I'll say d dot values. Okay. It will give me all the values from the dictionary, only values. If I say d dot items, okay, it will give me key and the value pair. Okay, now what is this data type? Okay, so it will always give you one tuple. Okay, of key and the value pair, key and the value pair. Okay, so I'm saying for value in D. Okay, X. Okay, if I say print X, can I guess what this will print? So I'm iterating over a dictionary. Okay, this will give me only keys. If I want a value, so if I have a dictionary and if I have the key, I can always reach to the value using this key. right? Now, how to get a value for this particular key?
Yeah.
Exactly. So, D of X. Okay. So defaultly, whenever you iterate over a list, you are iterating over elements. Whenever you are iterating over a string, you are iterating character by character. But whenever you iterate over a dictionary, you are iterating over keys only. Okay. So that is the reason you will only get keys. But in case of a dictionary, you can always reach to a value if you have the key. Okay. So instead of this, you can always use this now keys. Okay, which is exactly same as iterating over d, but if I say d dot values, now I'm iterating over all the values. But now if I want both things, okay, I'll get key and the value pair. Okay, so now I use this. Okay, once you start iterating over the values, you cannot get the keys back. Okay,
Means
so if you iterate over values, you will only get the values, right? Let's say if you need to get a value of a key, okay, we cannot get using this d dot values now. Okay,
which is shown.
just example, you have a dictionary. Okay, it contains marks of various subjects. Let's say physics. This is 70. Okay, let's say chemistry. Marks let's say 30. Let's take maths and marks are let's say 50. Okay, I have pass marks, okay, which is equals to 40. What I need to do, iterate over this dictionary. Okay, I want to check the value. If the value is less than 40, then only I need to print the subject name where the subject name I need to print. Okay, so what we'll do, let's make it 20 to a fellow. So I want to print this chemistry and maths. Okay, so I need to iterate over this. I need to check the value, and if value is less than 40, then I need to print the subject name, right? So I say, let's say for x in d dot values. Okay, I start like this because ultimately I need to compare the values, right? I say if x is less than 40. Okay, but now I want to print the subject name. Okay, and now I don't have anything to get there.
Once the iteration is over the values, the keys cannot be
included. Okay, so either use this or you can go with this items, right? So it will be a tuple now, so better either take it as one value or say as value, and here now you will just compare if value is less than 40, then print the key. Okay, we solved this problem, right? So we created a dictionary that is 97 to A till F, right? Try reverse of this. So you have this dictionary now. Okay. You want to convert keys into values and values into keys. Okay. With the dictionary, it's not you have to create the new one. You have an existing dictionary. Okay. This is the code, right? And, okay. All right. You have this dictionary. The you have to convert this into this into this, and create a new dictionary for this.
We have to change it in the same dictionary, we can use
Yeah.
the dictionary.
What should I write here?
Keys equals to telephone.
We directly have two things, right? So there's actually no need to convert it. Will this work?
Yeah.
So d dot items will give me key and the value pair, right? So I don't have to generate anything. All I need to do is just swap. So in this new dictionary, my key, it should be value of here. So I'll get A here, right? It will check if A already exists or not. Obviously this is empty. It will assign a value which is a key for this original dictionary. So I'll add this key. Next iteration, next key and the value pair. Let's see this. Print.
You have to delete the keys as well here, right?
Sorry, Prasanna.
We have to delete the keys also, right?
We have to.
Delete the keys.
So here we are not deleting anything. We are taken a new blank dictionary and we are setting
Okay.
it up.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So this is your keys, values, and
We
items.
can also put in the same dictionary.
It's quite possible, but you need to make sure you run the pop operation again. Okay. I just hope that there is no conflict in the keys and the values. Here we have clear distinction, then that's fine. But yeah, otherwise it will work out. Okay, we have covered this. Right. So how about this? I have a list which contains E, B, C, and writing this down to make slow. L2. This contains 97, 98, 99, and 100. Okay. And now I have two lists. One corresponds to character and the ASCII value. I want to make a dictionary out of it. Okay. So we have something called zip. So when I say zip of L1, L2, okay, it actually returns the object of this class, but just to see the output, I'm converting it to the list. Okay, so what this will do, it will pick elements having same index and make it as one tuple. Okay, here now I have two values. That is the reason there are two values in my tuple. Now it's not necessary that I should have always two values. Okay. I have something like this. Okay. So you can zip as many elements as you can. Okay, so there's no limit. Ultimately, you can also say that you are actually traversing all these three lists simultaneously. So if you iterate over a zip object, in a first iteration, you will get all elements from this list one. In second iteration, you will get all elements, second element from all the list. In the third iteration, third element. So in short, you are parallelly iterating over multiple lists. Okay. The only restriction, if I have four values here, all the lists should have four values. Now you can see here I have added 500. Now it will completely ignore that 500. Okay, so I should have matching values. So in another words, you can say you are making a matrix transpose. So you are converting your rows into columns and your columns into rows. Okay, so this zip you can use to create a dictionary also. So for a dictionary, it's required that I should have two values, that is key and the value pair. And now instead of using this list, I will typecast it with dictionary. Okay, so if I have two lists, I can form a dictionary out of it.
Last time we used a list or zip.
Yes. And so in that case, the output was ultimate output was list, and the every element was a tuple, key and the value.
What if we don't use a list? Like without?
So it gives an object of class zip. Okay, which is an iterable object. Let's use zip directly. Zip L1, L2 and print the value. Okay. So in first iteration, I'll get key and the value, key and the value, key and the value. Okay. So it is just the object of this particular class. So, okay. Same thing you can see in case of a range also. That it returns the object of a class range. It will not directly give you all the values. Okay. So if we have two lists, we can form a dictionary from this. Let's say you have only one list. Okay, you want to form a dictionary. Okay, considering this as keys. Okay, so this 10, 20, 30 should be your keys, and you want to set some values for the value of this key. Okay, So you can say something like dict dot from keys. Okay, so for now just remember we have a function called from keys. Okay, so you can see that okay here I'm explicitly using something called dict dot, but for the remaining methods I have used d dot something, d dot items, d dot keys, and all these things, right? So we will come back to this when we will discuss class methods and static methods and instance methods. Okay, but for now you can say okay this is the convention you need to write like this. Okay, we will get into it when we discuss object oriented programming. Okay, all right. So I need to specify the list. Okay, so if I just specify one list, now it will create a dictionary, but the value will be none. Okay, now whatever value I will specify, it will set. Okay, I can set only one value which will be default to every key. I cannot set multiple values here.
Then what is the use to use something? Because you can get only one, right?
You can create a dictionary from this. Yes, you have to iterate and you have to create a dictionary. So it's like it's only saving me some time, like writing a for loop, considering this as a key and creating into empty dictionary. Right. So without this from key, how you will create a dictionary from this, right? So I take empty dictionary. I will iterate over this. So for value in D, for value in L. Now whatever element I will get, that should be the key, right? So I can say D of value. Okay, so that I need to make it as key, and I will set some value here, right? So if I say 20, now it will set this value for all of them. If I'm writing some logic to increment this value, then yes, for everything it will change the value, right? So if you want to do this, then instead of writing a for loop, you can just write a from keys method. Okay. All right. So this is one of the very common interview questions. So you have a dictionary, let's say 50, and this is 10, 100. This is let's say 75, 8. Let's say 50 coming back, 45. Let's say 7. Okay. You need to sort this particular dictionary on the basis of values. Okay.
D dot sort key. D dot sort of key.
So we do not have anything called d dot sort for dictionaries. Okay, so that is one of the major problems. We have one sorted function though. So I can say sorted of this d. Okay, the problem is okay, this will give me sorted keys only. Okay, that means it will sort on the basis of keys default, and I don't have my values. I can solve it using this say d dot items. Okay, but now I will get key and the value both, but still it is sorted on the basis of keys. Okay, so try to write a logic for this as a homework. Okay, but so you will think of a logic But going forward, when we cover these two concepts, that is your functions and lambda, this problem will be a one line of code. Okay.
What is all the objects? I mean, is there any command where we can all the objects dot
Like?
let's see the objects when dot when DJ, so there's one dictionary. You write D dot something. These are objects, right?
Exactly, yes.
So how can you know all the objects of it? Is there any such
All the methods which are that is just to help of Dict. Okay, this will give you the entire documentation. If you only want the function names, you can say print dir of. Okay, so now it will show you all these functions. Okay, what are these with this special underscore underscore? Again, that we will discuss when we come to the object oriented programming. Okay, right. Now you can concentrate on this methods, all this. Okay. Okay. Let's say you have two dictionaries. This is T1 and this is T2. Okay. I want to combine them into one dictionary. Okay. So we have something called T dot update. Okay. So now it will modify. Again, this method will not return me anything. It will actually modify the original table. Okay. We have seen in case of a list that if we have two lists, if I just do L1 plus L2, it will concatenate, right? It will combine. But here refactor of this. Okay. It is unseparated of. Okay. So you want to combine these two dictionaries, you have to go with this update method. Okay. Right, so that's all about dictionary. So we'll stop here for today. Next time we'll start with last data structures, that is sets, and we'll start with functions most probably with this. Okay. Any queries in dictionary?
no, but if you send me, like within I go tomorrow morning, it would be great. Because they don't get time to do.
Alright, I'll try my best.
Normally we get, before the class, we don't get time.
Okay. Tomorrow, please, I'll just call invitation. Most probably we'll have class tomorrow. Okay.
So, Kunal, we have class tomorrow as well?
I'll just confirm and I'll ask Amitesh to give you a call as well. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Okay then. So Prasanna, any queries?
No, Kunal.
No. Okay then. Right. So I'm ending the meeting now. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.